Welcome to another episode of Pistons of Fury. In this episode, I'm doing a little bit of a carb swap, taking the carburetor from my 1966 Dodge station wagon, throwing it on my 1966 Ford Mustang, and then I'll rebuild that old carb, but not in this episode, in another episode. This episode is just a swap. Okay, so in this episode, what I need to do is kind of in the middle of a bunch of station wagon project stuff, but my Mustang is not running right, and I believe it's the carburetor, so I actually have somewhere around here. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I need to clean off the hood of this car, because what I'm going to do today is I've got a Holley Street Avenger 570 on the wagon, and I've got a 670 on the Mustang, and what I'm going to try to do is I suspect it's the carburetor. I suspect it needs to be rebuilt, so I'm going to take the 570 from the wagon, put it on the Mustang, and see if that solves my problem. If it does, I'm going to roll with the 570 on the Mustang for a little while I rebuild the 670, which will be a separate video. But this is just going to be basically me swapping out the carbs and seeing if the Mustang likes that any better. But first thing I need to do is clean off the hood of my wagon, which is probably something I should have done anyway. Probably need to move that bike. But anyway, so clean off the wagon, uninstall carb here, and then take off the carb on the Mustang and swap them and see how far that gets us. All right, so that is a wrap for this episode. A little off topic in that I had to do some work on the Mustang, and I'm supposed to be working on the Coronet and making this progress along, but that's how it goes. If the Mustang's just sitting out in the driveway and it won't run, then that's not good, because that means I can't drive it, and that defeats the point of all of this that I'm doing. Yeah, so anyway, that worked. So I've got my slightly newer Street Avenger 570 on the Mustang, and it actually runs better than it has in a long time. So this carb, oh, where'd it go? Oh, there, it's under here. This guy right here, Street Avenger 670, I just have it sat on there for storage. I need to rebuild that. I have this Holley trick kit over here, so I will be doing that. I'll be doing that in a separate video. But yeah, I need to rebuild that, and that'll be good to go. But also, I might just keep the 570 on the Mustang. It's probably a better fit for that 302. It's not like I'm revving that thing to the moon, because it's got the old iron heads on it, so it's 5,000 RPM and it's kind of done. So I might just keep that on there and roll with that for a little while. And after I rebuild the 670, it might be for sale, because this iron piece of junk in this engine compartment is going away, hopefully sooner rather than later. That is getting replaced, as I've talked about before, but I do need to rebuild it and get this thing running so I can move it around the garage, turn it around, and get it ready for engine swap time, which will hopefully be coming, I'm going to say before the summer. That's my best guess at this point. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like the video, leave any comments or questions. If you want to buy a Street Avenger 670 sometime before the summer, hit me up, and I'll save that for you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.